analysis is, right? Now please always keep it in mind. Nodal analysis is always a combination of KCL and Ohm's law. KCL and Ohm's law. This is also asked in earlier competitive examinations, right? Now, what is the combination of nodal analysis, or what is the laws we use in nodal analysis? So I have told you in the last class also, mesh analysis is nothing but combination of what? KVL and Ohm's law, whereas nodal analysis is combination of KCL and Ohm's law. So this can be a 1 mark question in any competitive examination. Now let us see. I have a circuit diagram like this. Now let us suppose this is a circuit diagram I have. Now this is a current source in parallel with the resistor. Then I have one more element here. This is another element and this is another element. Now this is how I have a circuit. Now let this current be I. This resistance is R1, this resistance is R2, this resistance is R3, and this resistance is R4. Now let us consider this node as ground node or reference node, or you can also call it as datum node. Right. Now what is that we do here is nothing but, now what your KCL says is sum of algebraic sum of currents at a particular node or a junction is equals to 0. Now let us go with this. Now let us suppose a circuit of this type is given. Now ask to get what is the current flowing through R2. What is the current flowing through R2? Of course you can ask me doubt, sir, can we solve this particular network using mesh analysis or not? Yes, you can solve, no problem in it. But what happens is, because this is one loop I have, this is one loop, this is another loop I have, the number of equations is to be written is 3. Whereas if we go with the nodal analysis, now let us see first indicate how many number of nodes are there. Now this is a reference node, I think it has 0th node or ground node I can say. Now because you have elements connected here, your source is connected, R1 is connected, R2 is connected, I will take this as node 1. Now here also the elements are connected here, I will take this as node 2. And because these two are connected to the same point, right, I can say, I cannot consider this as a node, I don't take it as a node. Now how many number of nodes we have? 0 is one node, first one, second one. So total number of nodes is 3. But how many number of equations we write when we go for nodal analysis? So the number of equations, if you can see, because this is a reference node, the number of nodal equations to be written for a given circuit diagram is number of nodes minus 1. Number of nodes minus 1. So what we say is like number of nodal equations for a given circuit is equals to n minus 1, where n represents number of nodes. Now if you can look at for this circuit, the total number of nodes for this problem is, this circuit diagram is 3. So the number of nodal equations will be 3 minus 1, which is equals to 2 equations only. We write only 2 equations. Whereas if you are solving using mesh analysis, let us suppose, consider these 3 are the loops, the number of loop equations will be 3. Nothing but, in order to solve the network, right, we need to write 3 loop equations. Whereas when you go for your nodal analysis, right, how many number of equations do we write? n minus 1. For this circuit diagram, it is only 2 equations. So please always keep it in mind. You have mesh analysis, you have nodal analysis. Now out of these two, which is the best method if someone is asking, I will say that nodal equations or your nodal analysis is best when compared to mesh analysis. Now I am not saying in a fluke way like nodal analysis is best. The reason is the number of equations that is required when compared to mesh analysis is less. Mesh analysis is less. So that's why we go with the nodal analysis rather than mesh analysis most of the times. Right? Now let us see how we apply nodal analysis or how we write the equations for a given circuit diagram. Now at node 1, first what we'll do is we'll see first identify the nodes. Then once you identify the nodes, let us see what is the apply KCL at each and every node. Now let us suppose, because this is your supply current, which is nothing but I, let this current in R1 is I1, let this current be I2, right? Now the current going in this, let us suppose this is I2, let us suppose this is I1, this is I3, and this is I4. Now what your KCL says, some algebraic sum of currents at a node or a junction is equals to 0. Now this is what your KCL says. Now let us see here. At node 1, what we do is apply KCL. Apply KCL. Now what your KCL says, I already told you, algebraic sum of currents at a node or a junction is equals to 0. First see, at first node, what are the elements connected here? What are the elements connected here? And indicate the voltage at first node, I am making it as V1. This I am taking it as V2. Now, because you know that the current flowing through a particular element is nothing but voltage divided by resistance if it is a resistor. So the current in this resistance will be V by R1, right? Now this is your source current. Now if you can look at this, I apply the KCL at this node. Now because this is a towards node, I say that minus I plus, because always current flows from higher potential to lower potential, I say that the current flowing through your first element R1 is nothing but V1 by R1. V1 by R1. Now similarly, just like what we have seen in mesh analysis, when you have a common element between two loops, now what is that we have done there? What we have done is like, we have taken what is the net current flowing through the element, right? Now whenever you go for this case also, nodal analysis also, I want to see what is the current flowing through this. What is the current flowing through this? Of course it can be V1 minus V2 by R2 or V2 minus V1 by R2. But because I am writing this node, I am writing equation at node 1, I assume that V1 is at higher potential compared to V2. Hope this is clear for everyone. Now what are the basic elements connected here is that one source is connected at node 1, R1 is connected at node 1, no, and R2 is also connected at node 2. You have three terms in the first equation. We have written minus I, right? Now this is the current towards the node, I have taken it as negative. Now this is V1 by R1, right? And because always current flows from higher potential to lower potential, I take it as V1 by R1. Then what is the current flowing in this is nothing but the net voltage across your R2, which is nothing but V1 minus V2 divided by R2. This is equals to 0. Now you can ask me why you are taking your V1 as positive. Because I am considering the equation at node 1. So consider whenever the node is considered, consider that voltage is at higher potential. Just like we feel like kings when we are in home, right? When we go outside, it is a different case. So same case here. Now when I am writing equation at this node, I will assume that this voltage is at higher potential, right? Now to simplify this, I can say that this is I1 equals to, you can take V1 common from these two. This is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 minus V2 into 1 by R2. Let us take this as equation 1, right? So how many number of equations do we get? Because you have 3 nodes, a number of nodes minus 1 is the number of nodal equations. So you get 2 equations. Now let us suppose next one. At node 2, again apply KCL. Apply KCL. Now let us see what are the elements connected here. R3 is connected at V2, nothing but node 2. R4 is connected, R2 is connected, and there is no voltage at current source. Now let us write the equation with R2 first. What is nothing but what is the current in this is to be calculated, right? Just now I told you, because I am writing the equation at node 1, I have taken V1 at higher potential. Now because I am going to write the equation at node 2, I take V2 at higher potential. The current flowing through R2 will be the net voltage nothing but V2 minus V1 divided by R2. The current in R2 will be V2 minus V1 by R2. Now why I am taking V2 as positive here? The reason is I am considering node 2 now. I consider V2 is at higher potential compared to V1. Next, then. Now what is the current flowing through R3? Nothing but from Ohm's law we say voltage divided by resistance. So this is voltage here and the resistance in this is R3. So V2 divided by R3. Now you can ask me, because you have a node here, but this is a ground potential, nothing but 0. Nothing but it says V2 minus 0 divided by R3. So instead of taking V2 minus 0, I take it as V2. So this is V2 by R3. Next, what is the next element we have? R4. What is the current flowing in this? Which is nothing but V2 divided by R4. This is equals to 0. Now to simplify this equation, we get this as minus V1 by R1 plus V2 into 1 by, this is R2, this is R2, right? 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4, this is equals to 0. Now take this as equation 2, right? Now if you can solve what is your V1 value, what is your V2 value, You can obtain what is the current flowing through R1, R2, R3, R4, or all these equations also you can calculate. Now solve equation 1 and 2 and obtain V1 and V2 values. So now this is the concept of nodal analysis, right? Now please, you can listen once again, right? Then we can go for a problem on it. First thing is like when we are going for nodal analysis. First thing, what are the laws we need to know when we write nodal analysis? Because like it is always a combination of KCL and Ohm's law. A 1 mark question is also asked in earlier competitive examination. So always you please keep it in mind. Nodal analysis is combination of KCL and Ohm's law, whereas mesh analysis is combination of KVL and Ohm's law. Now let us suppose this is a circuit what I have. Now if this circuit is to be solved using mesh analysis, I have 3 loops. I say for this example, let us suppose we need to write 3 loop equations, right? And then we need to solve, we get whatever the output we require. But when you go for this particular circuit and see you apply nodal analysis, how many number of equations is to be written is nothing but first indicate how many number of nodes are there, right? Now this is reference node, this is node 1, this is node 2. I indicate the potentials here, right? So number of nodes is 3, where n represents your number of nodes, and number of nodal equations is equals to n minus 1, which is nothing but 3 nodes minus 1 is equals to 2 equations you have to write. Now when I start writing your equations, what is that I see first? At node 1, I will see what are the elements and sources connected. Current source is connected, this R1 is connected, this R2 is connected. Now I apply at node 1, apply KCL. Now what is that I say? KCL says algebraic sum of currents at a node or a junction is equals to 0. Now when I apply KCL here, because this is towards the node, I take this as minus I, and the current into this will be V1 by R1, so plus V1 by R1, and the current into this will be plus V1 minus V2 by R2, which is equals to 0. I told you like when I am considering a particular node, that voltage has to be taken at higher potential, so that's why I have taken as V1 as positive, V2 as negative. Now similarly, if you go for second node, R2 is connected at second node, R3 is connected, and R4 is also connected. If I write the equations for this, I will see what is the current into this, what is the current into this, what is the current into this, and apply KCL here. So we get V2 minus V1 by R2, which is nothing but the current in R2, then current in R3 is V2 by R3, current in R4 is V2 by R4, which is equals to 0. Now simplify, solve the equations, you get the value of V1 and V2. The question is asked for current going to R2, then you can simply say, based on the values of your voltages, which is at higher potential, we can take V1 minus V2 by R2 or V2 minus V1 by R2. Now, this is the concept of nodal analysis. Right? If you have any doubt, you can raise the hand, we can discuss. Right? Now, let us see a problem on nodal analysis. So we have seen the concept of nodal analysis. We have seen. Now let us see the concept of how we solve the problems on nodal analysis, how the questions are asked. Now let us suppose this is the circuit diagram which is given to you, and the question asks is write the node voltage equations and determine the currents in each branch for the network shown in the figure. So once the figure is given, first we need to identify the nodes. Now, all of you look at this. Now this is what your reference node. I will take it as 0, right? And then now if you can see these elements are connected at this node, I will take this as node 1, and these elements are connected at this node. Now you can ask me, sir, this is also connected. Yes, this is connected in a series with your voltage. So we only consider this node, we don't consider this node because this is connected in series, right? Now let us take this as node 2, right? So once you identify the number of nodes, so how many number of nodes we have? 3 nodes we have. Therefore, number of nodal equations will be equals to how many? This is equals to n minus 1, which is nothing but 3 minus 1. We are going to write 2 equations, right? Now let us see one by one. First we will apply KCL, then we apply nodal analysis at node 2. Solve, we will get your voltage V1 and V2. Then we can see the current going to each and every branch. Now let us suppose this voltage at node 1 is V1, this voltage at node 2 is V2. Hope this is clear for everyone. Now let us start doing the problem. Now the solution will be like apply KCL at node 1. Apply KCL at node 1. Nothing but we need to see the KCL statement is verified here, the algebraic sum of currents at a particular node is equal to 0. Now, what are your incoming currents? Your 5 ampere is towards the node, right? Whereas the current going in 10 ohm resistor and 3 ohm resistor will be from higher potential to lower potential. Nothing but for this instant it will be like this, right? Because I am considering V1 at higher potential, right? So what is the current in 10 ohm resistor will be V1 by R 10, and this will be V1 minus V2 by 3. Just now I have told you the concept. Now the net voltage divided by this resistance will give the current value, because according to your Ohm's law, I equals to V by R. So first I will write the equation here, because this is the towards node. I will take minus 5 plus, what is the current going to 10 ohm resistor will be V1 divided by 10 plus the current going in the 3 ohm resistor will be V1 minus V2 divided by 3, which is equals to 0. Which is equals to 0. Now to simplify this, we'll get this as 5 equals to, I'll take V1 from here, 1 by 10 plus 1 by 3 minus V2 into 1 by 3. We take this as equation 1. How many equations we will write? We will write 2 equations because 3 number of nodes are there. So this is how we write your equation at your KCL equation at node 1. Now what is this? This is the source current. This is the current going to 10 ohm resistor. This is the current going to 3 ohm resistor. So this is what your KCL, and then we have applied your Ohm's law. So this is the equation 1. Now let us write apply KCL at node 2. Apply KCL at node 2. Now let us see what are the elements we have here. The V2, 3 ohm resistor is connected between V2 and V1. Because this is connected here at node 2, I have to write the equation current for current going to this. The current going to 5 ohm resistor also I have to write because this is connected here. And the current flowing to 10 ohm source, which is connected in series with 1 ohm resistor, has to be calculated. Now let us see, and please be careful. We will start with this current. The current going to 3 ohm resistor will be V2 minus V1 by 3. What is the reason? Earlier I told you V1 minus V2 in this equation. Now I am saying V2 minus V1 by 3. The reason is, I told you, when I write equation at node 1, I consider V1 at higher potential. Now when I consider equation at node 2, right, I consider V2 at higher potential, and always the current flows from higher potential to lower potential. So that's why we have to consider this direction of current instead of earlier what we have taken, right? So this will be V2 minus V1 by 3 plus. Now what is the current flowing through this 5 ohm resistor will be nothing but voltage divided by resistor, and because this is your 0 potential, I take that 0. So this is V2 by 5 plus, now this comes, you have it out here. What about this one? Now this is just like you have considered this as V2, this as V1. Now this is another voltage I have, right? So the net voltage across 1 ohm resistor has to be considered first, nothing but, because I told you V2 at higher potential, I take V2 minus 10 I will take, because the bottom sign of this voltage source is to be considered. So this is minus, I will take that V2 minus 10 divided by 1, this is equals to 0. This is equals to 0. Now to simplify this, you get this as minus V1 by 3 plus V2 into, you can see this here, this is 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5 plus 1, this is equals to 10. Now this is your equation 2. This is equation 2. Now solve equation 1 and 2 and get the values of V1 and V2. Get the values of V1 and V2. Now, no doubt in this, how you solve these two equations. Either you solve it using two algebraic equations, or use your Cramer's tool and find the determinant delta 1, delta 2, and go for your V1 as delta 1 by delta, V2 as delta 2 by delta. Or just use your calculator, go for solving two equations, give these values there, then it will give you V1 value and V2 value. Now, what is the V1 value we get is nothing but, on solving you will get, this is 19.76 voltage and this is 10.78 volts. So this is your value of V1 and V2. Now what we have seen is like the question asked is like find the currents flowing in each and every branch of resistor. Now what we have calculated is V1 we have calculated, V2 we have calculated. Now let us see the current flowing through each and every element. Now the current flowing through 10 ohm resistor I indicate it as I10 ohm. I10 ohm. What is this equals to? V1 divided by 10 because this is the current here. The voltage across your 10 ohm resistor is V1, so I'll take it as V1 by 10. So this comes out as 19.76 divided by 10, which is nothing but 1.976 ampere. Next, the current going to 3 ohm resistor is V1 minus V2 divided by 3. Now you can ask me, sir, again why you are taking V1 minus V2, why not V2 minus V1? Because you can see this value is higher when compared to this value. So that's why this is to be taken as positive. So this is going to be 19.76 minus 10.78 divided by 3. And this is going to be your ampere. You can substitute that. Then I have current going to 5 ohm resistor, which is nothing but V2 divided by 5, which is equals to 10.78 by 5 ampere. Then I have I1 ohm, which is nothing but V2 minus 10 divided by 1, which is equals to 10.78 minus 10 divided by 1. What is that you get here? 0.78 ampere. Right? Now all this in ampere. This is what the question is asked. What is the question asked? Write the nodal voltage equations and determine the currents in each branch for the network shown in figure. Now this is how we solve the problem on nodal analysis. If you have any doubt, you can please let me know. Otherwise, you can take it. If you have any doubt, you can raise the hands. So the values of your I10 is 1.976, I3 is 2.99 ampere, I5 is 2.156 ampere, and this is 0.78 ampere. Now this is all regarding your first problem on nodal analysis. I'll go for another problem on this. Let us see some problems on dependent sources also. Now let us see this. This is a question asked in GATE for 2 moles. This is a question asked in GATE for 2 marks. The question asked was like, determine VA. Nothing but this is your node. This is where it has to be calculated. Now please all of you look at the figure. Now this is a dependent source. Now what type of dependent source this is? This is a current controlled voltage source. Current controlled voltage source. Now first thing what I told you is like, see how many number of nodes are there. Now this is one node. I will take this as reference node. I will take this as reference node. Now already it is mentioned in the problem. This is your node A. This is node A and the voltage across this node is VA. The question asked is right to calculate the voltage here between these two. Node A and 0, nothing but VA. Now if you can look at this, it is given in the problem itself like this is your I1. Now this I1, this 5 ohm and this 5 ohm both are connected in series, right? Now first thing is like, if I can calculate what is I1, I can substitute here, I can solve, right? First thing what we will do is like, we'll see what is the equation for I1. What is the equation for I1? Now if you can see, this is the current, this current is going through all these 5 ohm resistor and 10 ohm source. So you can see that from the figure, from the circuit diagram, I can say that I1 is equals to I1 is equals to, right? What is that I get? VA minus 10 divided by 5 plus 5, because these two are in series. This is your net voltage. And the net voltage between these two resistors will be VA minus 10, and current flowing to this will be 5 plus 5 divided by 5 plus 5. This is your right. Now, if you can write the equation now, apply KCL at node A, because this is the node A which is given. Right. Now, this is an asked gate examination 2 marks based on your dependency. This is very simple because we have two number of nodes and the number of nodal equations is only one. Right. So we get only one equation here. Right. Am I clear for everyone? Now let us write your KCL equation here. Now let us see, this is the current source which is towards the node. I say minus 5 ampere plus. Let us see the current is flowing through 5 ohm resistor. I told you, like always, we assume that this is a higher potential. So this is going to be VA divided by 5. Next, let us see the current going in this, because this is a voltage source, nothing but a current controlled voltage source. Now you write your equation, nothing but you just consider as it as this is a voltage source. This is a voltage source, right? But what is its value? Its value is 10 I1. So this is going to be, this sign we have to take it as positive, plus VA plus 10 into I1 is the voltage across this source, divided by, for current to be calculated, divide with your resistance, plus 5, this is divided by 5, plus, now what is the current in this one? This is nothing but I1, but I have to take the voltage equation. If I have to write, I take it as VA minus 10 divided by 5 plus 5, right? Now this is equals to 0. This is equals to 0. Very simple. We just substitute. Let us take this as 1, this as 2. Substitute 1 into and solve for VA. Solve for VA. So what is that? If you solve this equation, if you simplify and solve this equation, you will get VA equals to 11.43 volts. Now this is the answer. This is one of the options which is given in your examination, and this is how we solve when we have dependent sources in the network. This is one problem on dependent sources based on nodal analysis. So let us see the next topic. What we have seen so far in the today's class is like nodal analysis we have seen. So two problems we have seen on the nodal analysis. Now let us go for what is a super node analysis. Just like super mesh analysis, we also go with super node analysis. Now what is a super node actually? First thing we need to know is like a super node is formed. When a super node is formed, a super node is formed if there is an ideal voltage source. If an ideal voltage source is connected in between two nodes, in between two adjacent nodes, Now this is what a supernode is like. So please all of you keep it in mind, a supernode is formed if an ideal voltage source is connected in between two adjacent nodes. Now all of you, let us look at this figure. Now this is my reference node, I take it as 0. Now I have another node here, I will say this is V1. This node is 1, I will take. Now this node is, I will take it as, this is another node, I will take this voltage as V2. Right? Now this is another node, I will take, let this be V3, and this node I am taking it as third node. So how many number of nodes do we have? Number of nodes is 4. Now number of nodal equation has to be prepared. Now when we go for your super node, nothing but when there is an ideal voltage source connected between two nodes. I cannot write your current equation for an ideal voltage source, because for an ideal voltage source the internal resistance is 0, nothing but short circuit. We don't have internal resistance here. So because I don't have resistor, and I cannot calculate current, because current is nothing but voltage divided by resistor, and the internal resistance of an ideal voltage is 0. If you go for I equals to V by 0, nothing but you will get infinite current, which is not possible. So that's why we cannot write your nodal equation between for a super node. So what is that we do is like we write the equations separately, nothing but For example, you take this node, this is an individual node, I can write the nodal equation. I can write the nodal equation, right? So students, now let us take a problem on supernode analysis. We will see one problem, right? Now, what is the figure is, this is what the circuit diagram is shown. You have a 5 ampere current source, a 3 ohm resistor here, 2 ohm resistor here, 1 ohm resistor here, 20 volts ideal voltage source, 5 ohm, 2 ohm, and this is 10 ohms. Now, the question asked is like for the network shown in figure, determine the current flowing through 5 ohm resistor. Current flowing through 5 ohm resistor, nothing but this current is asked. This current is asked. First we will see what actually, let this current be I5 ohm, let us assume. Now I5 ohm, this is equals to, what is the equation you get for this? Because this is the current, what is the net voltage across your reference node and node 3, which is already given, which is nothing but this voltage, V3, this is minus 10 divided by 5. If you can calculate what is the value of V3, right, very simple, you can substitute and get what is your current flowing through 5 ohm resistor. So for this, now because if you have a supernode formed between 2 and 3, right? Now for supernode, if you see the solution to this, at supernode, now can I say V2 minus V3, this is equal to 20 volts, which is given in the figure itself. Now here, this is V2, this is V3, this is node 2, this is node 3. And because you have a common voltage source, an ideal voltage source between two adjacent nodes, between 2 and 3, right? I cannot say what is the current flowing through this, because if I say R is equal to 0 means V2 minus V3 divided by 0 is infinity. I cannot say infinity current. So because I cannot say what is the current flowing through this, I will take this voltage equation. I will take this voltage equation. So at supernode, so what is the voltage equation? V2 minus V3 is equals to 20 volts. Now let us see. Now let us write your nodal equation at node 1. Apply KCL at node 1 because you don't have a ideal voltage between these two nodes. This is an individual node without any super node form. I can write the equation here because this current is towards the node. Your KCL says algebraic sum of currents at a node at a junction equals to 0. So this is minus 5 plus the current in 3 ohm resistor is V1 by 3 plus the current in 2 ohm resistor is V1 minus V2 by 2. This is equals to 0. And to simplify this, we get 5 equals to V1 into 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 into V2. Now take this as equation 2. Right? Now we have two equations. The next one is write the combined equations, combined node equations at node 2 and 3. Now why I have to write a combined nodal equation? What is the reason? Because at node, between node 2 and node 3, we have a super node which is formed. So first we will see what are the elements connected at and sources connected at node 2. 1 ohm is connected, 2 ohm is connected, source is connected, either voltage source is connected. So I'll write the equations for current flowing through this ohm, this resistor, I don't see this. So if you can see this, the current in 2 ohm resistor is V2 minus V1 divided by 2 plus V2 by 1, right? So this is at this node. Now similarly, next go for your V3, which is equals to, the current in this will be V3 minus 10 divided by 5 plus the current in this will be V3 by 2, this is equals to 0. Okay. Simplify this. To simplify this, you get it as minus V1 by 2 plus V2 into 1 by 2 plus 1, right? Plus V3 into 1 by 5 plus 1 by 2, and this is minus 10 by 5, this is equals to 2. Now this is your equation 2, equation 3. Now solve equations 1, 2 and 3, right? Then you will get what are the values of your V1, V2 and V3. So V1, V2 and V3. Now solve it, you will get the values here. You will get your V1 as 10.09 volts, and this is V2 as you will get it as 0.76 volts, and V3 you will get it as minus 0.4 0.41 volts. Actual question asked is like what is the current flowing to 5 ohm resistor. Now this is going to be minus 4.41 minus 10 divided by 5. Now you get your current in negative direction. This is equals to minus 2.88 ampere. Now this is the problem on nodal analysis. Now please also go through your concept of supernode analysis. Maybe I have written your equations here as V2 by some R2, but it has to be V2 minus V1 by R2, right? Then V2 by R3, then this one, this equation. So this is your correct equation only, right? So you have equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. Solve using Cramer's rule, or solve using your solving algebraic equations, or you can directly give all these three equations in your calculator. You can solve them. You get V1 value, V2 value, V3, and finally you can also go with what is the current flowing through 5 ohm resistor. So this is a problem on supernode analysis. If you have any doubt, you can please let me know. Friends, any doubts, please? If anybody is there, you can respond. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll take up problems on nodal analysis from GATE.
No doubt, sir.
Okay, I will go with the next recordings, please. Please let me know. Now, please tell me whether this is my screen shared or not. Yes, video is shared. Okay, now I'm playing it. You please tell me, is it audible or not? Yes, it is audible and visible. Let us see some more problems which is asked in GATE examination. Is it audible and visible? What we have discussed so far.
Yes, sir.
This is the go ahead with in GATE for 2 marks. Now look at the circuit. The question asked is like, find the value of R. Find the value of R for the network shown in figure. Now this is the question asked. Now please allow to look at this. Now here I can say, either you can solve this problem with nodal analysis or you can solve this problem with mesh analysis. But as I already told you, like, I always try to solve the network with nodal analysis because the number of equations are less when compared to mesh analysis. Now please allow to look at this now. Now this is 40 volts here means. Now here also this is 40 volts. Now here it is because this voltage is 100 volts. I can say this is 100 volts at this node. So I can simply say that one thing is clear, like I can say that 100 minus 40 divided by R, this is nothing but your current. If you can get what is your current, right, it's very simple, you will get what is your resistance value is. Now, what is that? The next step what is that I will do is, let us suppose this voltage is V. Now apply KCL at node 1, or you can see it as at this node, right? At node B, we can say. If you write your equation here, I can say that Now, what is that I get here is nothing but, now if you can look at this, this is minus 10, or you write your nodal equation at this node, or this node, or you can also say the other way you can write. Now, apply KCL at node V. Now, if you can see this, now, actually, like, I'll take this as node 1, this is node 2, and this is node 3, right at node 1 first, right at node 1. So it means that, now what is that you are going to get here is nothing but minus 10, this is nothing but this is the current here, plus 100 minus V by 14, plus, now what is that I get? 100 minus 40 divided by R, this is equals to 0. This is equals to 0, right? Now, but what is that if you can see this is nothing but, now what we can see is like you have V here, you have R here. Now two unknown parameters are there in the equation. So what is that I will see is like, now if you write your equation at this node, right? Right? Now apply KCL at node 2. Apply KCL at node 2. Now what is that I get if I go with this? I get this as V minus 100 divided by 14 plus V by 2 plus V minus 40 divided by 1, this will be equals to 0. Now to simplify this, what is that you are going to get is nothing but this is going to be V by V into 1 by 14 plus 1 by 2 plus 1, and this is 100 by 14 is nothing but what is that you will get? You will get it as minus 100 by 14 minus 40 by 1, this is equals to 0. Now if you simplify this, what is that I get? I get the value of voltage V, which we will get it as 30 volts. V is nothing but 30 volts. Now once you get the value of V, right? Now what is that if you can look at this from? Now this voltage is 30 volts. This voltage is 30 volts. Now once you get your voltage V equals to 30, this I say that this is 30 by 2, which is nothing but, now when you say this voltage is 30, right? Now this current I am getting is I, and this current is nothing but your 5 ampere you have. Now we also need to know this current, this current. So you can say that 40 minus 30 divided by 1 is nothing but current flowing through 1 ohm resistor. Current flowing through 1 ohm resistor. So what is that you can see is like, now this is nothing but, you will get this as 40 minus 1, this is nothing but 10 ampere. This is 10 ampere. Now I can say that if this is 10 ampere, this is your 5 ampere you have. Now what is that I you are going to get? I is towards the node, nothing but minus I plus 5, minus 5 plus 10 is equals to 0, right? So what is that you are going to get? This is nothing but minus I plus 5 equals to 0, or I is equals to 5 ampere. I is also equals to 5 ampere. Now when you get your I equals to 5 ampere, now already I told you this is nothing but R value is nothing but R equals to, from this equation, R is equals to 100 minus 40 divided by I, which is equals to 60 by 5, which is nothing but 12. Now this is the question which is to be calculated. Now this is a 2-mark question which is asked in it, but very simple. Like only first thing is like, now what is the parameter which is unknown to you? You don't know what is the I value, you also don't know R value. Now because this current is given as 5 ampere, this current we need to know, then I will get my I. Very simple, algebraic sum of currents at a node equals to 0. If this is 5, right, this is 10, what is this value? This will also be 5, then only you will get your 10 ampere current. Now because I need to know what is the value of this voltage, I have gone for writing your KCL equation, nothing but nodal equation at this node. So this is V by 2 plus V minus, this is like 100 volts here, V minus 100 by 14, and this is nothing but V minus 40 by 1. So I have obtained what is your V, then I know what is the current into this, so I have taken this direction because what is there then you that yours. Now simplify this, now you will get your current as 5 ampere. It's a simple question which is asked for 2 marks in GATE examination earlier, right? So hope this is clear how the questions are asked on nodal analysis. our basic circuit analysis or network reduction technique. This is one example of that question which is asked in GATE examination. So students, now let us see the next question which is asked in GATE examination. So, now this is a circuit diagram which is given. You have a 1 ampere current source in which series with your 10 ohm. This is 6 ohm resistor, this is 6 ohm resistor, and this voltage is to be calculated. The question asked is like calculate the value of E for the circuit shown in figure. It's a 2-mark question. Now see how simple this is. Now here, this is 1 ampere which is given as a source. Now this is a 2 ampere current which is flowing here. Now please all of you look at this. Now this VA is mentioned. It's up to us whether we can calculate VA or not, and how we go ahead with this. Now if you can see this, it means that this is 1 ampere current flowing through 10 ohm resistor. Now if this is 1 ampere and here it is mentioned it is 2 ampere, nothing but this is 2 ampere here. This is 2 ampere. Now what is the current flowing in this will be 3 ampere. Just simple KCL I am using here. This is 2 ampere, this is 1 ampere, both are into this direction, into the node, then the current flowing to this will be 6 ohm. Now what is this voltage across this 6 ohm resistor? Voltage is nothing but current multiplied by resistor. 3 multiplied by 6, which is nothing but 18 ohms. Which is nothing but 18 ohms. Now similarly, if you can see here, this is E which is to be calculated. Now this is 2 ampere current which is going through this. Now what is this? This is going to be the direction of the current, higher potential to lower potential. 2 multiplied by 6, this is nothing but 12 ohms. This is nothing but 12 ohms. Now we just apply KVL here. Just apply KVL in this direction because this is the direction of the current. So this is minus E plus 12 volts plus 18 volts. This is equals to 0. It means that E equals to 30 volts. Now this is the question which is asked for 2 marks in GATE examination. See how simple this is. The only thing is you just need to apply the concept of KVL and KCL. Here I have applied this is 2 ampere, this is 1 ampere. So we need to know whether the same current is flowing in this or not. Right? So because these two are connected in series, same current is flowing here. Now this is another current which is flowing from the source. This is given as 2 ampere. So this 2 ampere, this 1 ampere, both into this direction, both into this resistor. So this is 3 ampere is the total current flowing to 6 ohm resistor here. 2 ampere current flowing here. So this is 6 into 3, which is nothing but 18 volts. This is 6 into 2 is 18, 12 volts. Now if you simply apply KVL for this loop, so this is minus E plus 12 plus 18, which is equals to 30 volts. Now this is another question which is asked on KVL KCL. Or the other way you can write, you apply nodal equation for here, then you can solve this, you get your answer. That is another way of solving the problem. So this is one more question on GATE for 2 marks. Now let us see the next question, which is also asked in GATE examination on KVL KCL. Now let's see, this is the circuit which is given. This is of 2 volts, this is 4 volts, this is 8, and this is this node the voltage is 10, and at this node it is said as this is V2. This is V2. Now there are a lot of questions which can be asked on the same question. So please all of you keep it in mind. Now when this is said as a node, it means that this is connected to ground, which is nothing but 0 potential here. This is also connected to ground, this is at 0 potential. Now here it is V2 means your potential and you have a ground node here which is of 0 potential here. Because this is 10 ohms, you will have another ground node which is of 0 volts. Now this is a question which is asked. Now there are different ways the question can be asked. Your V2 can be asked. How you get your V2? And the question asked is E. Now let us suppose you apply KVL for this loop. Apply KVL for this something, but I am connecting this node to this 0. It forms a loop. It forms a loop now. So this is a question which is given. So we need to understand like where this 10 volts is connected. It is connected to reference. This 4 volts is connected to reference. Now if you can see this and write, you just apply your KVL. This is plus minus. This is plus minus. This is your plus minus. Now can I say from this to this plus to minus, it is a drop in voltage, which is nothing but 4 volts plus 4. This is plus to minus. This is also plus E. Plus to minus. This is also drop. And this is also from plus to minus. So this is 10 volts, this is equals to 0. Now what is that? I get my E equals to 18 plus 4. This is minus 22 volts is the answer, right? For what your E equals to. Now if you want E to also, just apply KVL here. You can write your equation for V2, you'll get what is your V2 value. Even if you apply KVL like this, you'll get the V2 value, nothing wrong in it. So different ways the question can be asked, like because no resistances are there, I cannot ask where is what is the current flowing in this. So the source voltage is asked, like because of if you can apply KVL here, this is 4 plus E plus 8 plus 10, which comes out as minus 22 volts. This is a question asked in gate examination. Hope this is clear for everyone. We'll see the next question, which is also was done in gate examination. Now let's see the next question. This is a figure which is given in gate examination. I told you in the beginning classes like KVL is applied to any sort of element or any type of element. Now if you can see voltage across capacitor is given as 4 sin 2t, nothing but it's a time varying source. It's a time varying. Okay, now this is 2 ampere, this is 5 ohm, this is 2 Henry. The question is asked is like what is the current voltage across inductor? Now all of you know that the voltage across inductor formula is nothing but L into VIL by dt. Now if you know what is your current flowing through inductor, very simple, I can calculate my voltage across inductor. Now please all of you look at this. Now this current is given as, this is nothing but we take current flowing through inductor. This is IR, this is IC. Now because this is a 2 ampere, I take that this is I equals to 2 ampere because this is a current flowing through. Right? Now if you apply KCL here, apply KCL. Now what is happening here? This is towards the node, this is towards the node, this is away from the node, this is away from the node. So by KCL I can say sum of incoming currents is equals to sum of outgoing currents. So this is I plus IR is equals to IL plus IC. IL plus IC. But what is IR equals to? I we know this is 2 ampere. What is IR equals to current flowing through resistor? Nothing but VR by R. What is the value which is given as VR equals to 5 divided by 5 ohm? So the value of IR is nothing but 1 ampere. So this is 1 here. Now I don't know what is IL, but I also need to know what is IC also. Now what is the formula which is given? Voltage across capacitor is given as 4 sin 2t. I think you all remember the current flowing through a capacitor is nothing but C dVc by dt. C dVc by dt. Now if you can see this, this is nothing but the C value is 1. D by dt of what is the voltage across capacitor is given as 4 sin 2t. So this is nothing but 4 into sin 2t. Now what is that you get? This is, if you can take this as a constant. So for sine it will be cosine cos 2t into 2t, nothing but we will get it as into 2. So this is nothing but 3 cos, 2 into 4 is 8, 8 cos 2t is your IC, is IC. So this is equals to IL plus 8 cos 2t, nothing but IL equals to 3 minus 8 cos 2t. This is the value of IL. Now this current is flowing through inductor, but the question asked is like, what is voltage across inductor? Now voltage across inductor is nothing but L into di by dt. The value of L is 2. It has to be L into VIL by dt. 2 into d 8 cos 2t divided by dt. Nothing but 16 into differentiation of cos is nothing but what is that you will get? You will get it as minus sine. So what is that? For sine it is cos and cos it is minus sine. So this is 3 minus 8 cos 2t. This is we'll get it as 1 minus IL is nothing but sorry. This is 3 minus 8 cos 2t. Right. So this is sorry. This is 2 into d by dt of 3 is 0. You get it as minus 16 into d by dt of cos 2t, and therefore this it will be minus sine, and 2 into 16 into sine 2t, so you will get it as 32 sine 2t. Now this is the formula, this is the equation of value for voltage across inductor, which is equal to 32 sine 2t. Now this is the answer of this question. Now very simple, if you can apply your KCL equation and remember the basic formulas of your voltage across inductor, current flowing through inductor, very simple differentiation, you'll get your answer. This is another question which is asked for 2 marks in GATE examination. Right? Now we'll see some more concepts actually. Now what happens if current sources are connected in series, voltage sources are connected in series, or voltage sources are connected in parallel, and current sources are connected in parallel. There were some 1 mark questions in GATE examination on what happens if the sources are connected in series and parallel. Now let me check this. This question is asked for a 1 mark. This is a 1 mark question. Let's see the question, please. This is 10 ohms. This is 5 ohms. The question asks, what is V here? What is V here? Now, please, all of you do remember what is happening here. 10 ohm source, this is a 5 volt source, both are connected in parallel. But as far as our knowledge says, when the elements are connected in parallel, our sources are connected in parallel, right? Like now, let us suppose that now I have a resistor connected here instead of taking directly sources, right? I'll take a voltage source here. This is your 5 volts, right? This is a 5 ohm resistor which is connected like this. Now the question asked is like, what is the voltage across 5 ohm resistor? What is the voltage across 5 ohm resistor? Now please do keep it in mind. Some might be solving this problem using mesh analysis, some with superposition theorem, some with nodal analysis. Very simple. This is a 10 ohm source. This is a 5 volt source. Connected. All are connected in parallel with 5 ohm resistor. Whenever the elements are connected in parallel, the voltage across it must be same. Now this is 10 ohms. This is 5 volts. How can we say it? Because this is also connected in parallel, the voltage across 5 ohm resistor can be same. No, the reason is this is a different voltage, this is a different voltage. So please always keep it in mind. You cannot connect a circuit of this type. Like you cannot connect two different voltage sources of unequal values in parallel. Unequal values in parallel. So this is difficult. Circuit is physically not possible. Physically not possible. It means that what should be the value of the other source? Nothing but if both the sources of 10 volts, both the sources are of 10 volts. If this is 10 volts, this is 5 ohm, and this is also 10 volts, then only you can say that you can connect like this. Because what happens to this circuit, this will become at 10 ohms, nothing but both are connected in parallel, it becomes at 10 ohms, then this will be your resistor, and you can calculate your voltage across 5 ohm now, right? Because it will also say this is nothing but 10 ohms, because this is connected in parallel. So please always keep it in mind, if the sources are connected in parallel with an element, it has to be of same value. It has to be of same value. We cannot connect in different values of the voltage, right? Now similarly, there is another question, like, now let us see, this is 5 ampere, this is 5 ampere. Both the current sources of same value are connected in series. It means that instead of showing 5 amperes of different value, you can show of same 5 ampere of one source, because the reason is the current flowing through these two, nothing but both are connected in series, means the current will be same. So this is of 5 ampere only. Now the other question which is asked in competitive examination is like, now let us suppose this is a 10 ampere, now this is a 5 ampere, I have a load connected here. The question asks what is the current flowing through the load. So please keep it in mind when the sources are connected in series, please keep it in mind it has to be of same value, right? So this type of circuit is not possible. It's not possible because the reason is when both are connected in series, the current has to be same, but it should not be different. So because this is a different current source, this is a different current source, I cannot say what is the current flowing to this. So please keep this in mind. This is what we call it as the concept of equivalent voltage sources, equivalent current sources. When they are connected in series means it has to be of same current. When they are connected in parallel, voltage sources are connected in parallel means they has to be of same value. If not, it is difficult to say what is the old across this element, because this is 10, this is 5, so it's not possible. Similarly, the other case for your current sources also. So these are few problems which are asked on in GATE examination on the concept. So almost like the similar questions are asked for many years, because our time doesn't allow us to go for different questions on GATE. So this is what so far I can say from the first class to now, right? These are few questions which I can give from which I thought of giving you from the questions from the GATE examinations, please.
Yeah, students, any doubts, please? Yes?
No, sir.
Okay. Anyway, I will share you the links of all these videos. Most probably by tomorrow, I'll send a WhatsApp document so that you can link on and see whenever you want. And whenever I take the next class, so all the concepts from your basics, right from your Ohm's law to nodal analysis or supernode we have seen. Few questions on gate we have seen, but from the next class, whenever I take, we'll be discussing almost like how the questions are asked in GATE examination, how it is already asked, so that you will be knowing that how the question can be asked in a GATE examination, please. So this is all for today, and thank you all for joining. You can leave now. Yeah, students, you can leave.